Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a comment thing, kind of a response to a message that somebody had sent to my YouTube channel. This video is about getting your music out there. I'm not a famous musician. I don't claim to know everything that famous musicians do know, and this is certainly not a video about how you should be making music or how you need to be doing business as a musician. But there are quite a few people out there who make music either semi-professionally or are trying to get to a semi-professional or professional level, but don't quite know how to get started when it comes to sort of getting their music out there, connecting with people. So here are 4 things that could possibly, maybe, get you going in that direction on the right foot. If you are completely new to the music game and just getting started, or you are yet to really kind of gain a following making music, you have to understand that there are already a plethora of musicians out there who have stepped over this threshold before you. Not only are we counting bands that are long dead and broken up because for the most part their music is still readily available for people to listen to at their leisure, but there are a lot of new musicians out there right now working as hard as they possibly can to grab the attention of music listeners. And these people are making music of all shapes and sizes. Most likely, no one is going to be running up to you begging for you to make music for them. Because of this, you have to reach out to music listeners. That means putting your music and your musical project on as many platforms as possible so that people can connect with it. I'm talking about YouTube, whether it's music or a music video, a Facebook fan page, a Twitter account, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Tumblr, maybe a music streaming service like Spotify, and there are websites like MySpace that are still functional when it comes to being able to have a music page and get your music out there, although for a lot of people who are in the music industry today, it is a little kind of outdated. Basically, use sites and social media platforms to put your music out there where it is incredibly easy for people to share it with their friends or followers if they happen to like what you're doing. And if for whatever reason all the sites I just listed have become completely irrelevant, then you need to gravitate toward the sites that have replaced them. No matter what age of music you're talking about, connecting with people has always been the goal. If the means of doing that alter, then you have to alter yourself if you're going to continue engaging new audiences. There's certainly a romance to the old school way of doing things, and there are artists out there who have gained large followings and are able to kind of keep them at their doorstep without really going outside, pushing themselves into that social media realm too hard. But the thing is, releasing an album with absolutely no promotion behind it whatsoever, or putting up Xeroxed show flyers on telephone poles doesn't really have the pull that it used to. Once you have your music available for people to listen to on the internet, then you must reach out. Reach out to music communities, forums, blogs, find their email addresses. Use the social media sites that I just told you about to reach out to people. Maybe even try to get a small sum of money together and apply to be promoted by some kind of small music PR firm. No matter which avenue you go about it, make sure that when you're trying to reach out to people about your music, you are polite, you're concise, and you are understanding that not everyone is going to like your music, not everyone is going to want to blog your music, not everyone is going to think very highly of what you're doing. But if the door you're knocking on does not open, then move on to another door. That's kind of the beauty of the internet age. There are more doors than ever. You may want your music to get popular, but you have to remember that this industry is an entertainment industry. It's a service industry. This industry is about giving people what they want, not just getting what you want. If you're not making music that people want to hear, or you're not making music that is furthering the art form, then don't expect to be successful. And I'm not saying you have to make music that is very poppy, very simple, kind of appeals to the lowest common denominator or something like that. I'm not saying you have to dumb things down. Right now, there's all kinds of music out there that is successful, and there are all kinds of people out there willing to listen to it. What I'm saying is that you have to care about connecting with people through music, whether it's through interviews or just talking with them or performing live or making music for them to listen to. Right now, making it in music and being able to maintain your spot on the top once you do make it is becoming more and more difficult. It's actually kind of like about 100 or so basketball players around a hoop trying to make a jump shot all at once. Balls are bouncing off of each other, a lot of shots are just bouncing off the rim, a few go in. People's music listening options today are enormous, and the music that you're making is just a drop in the bucket. And the thing is, even larger artists who have managed to gain a pretty big following are really only able to muster a couple months of hype, if that, behind a project before everybody pretty much moves on to the next album, artist, performance, or music video that's kind of being tossed their way. Everybody right now is jockeying for ears, and very fickle ears at times. And, being able to kind of maintain the attention of those ears requires creativity, maybe some experimentation, patience, hard work, and vision, or maybe just like a buttload of money. If you have that and you're willing to spend it, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who are willing to take care of at least some of those things for you. The last thing here, maybe the most important of all of these things that I mentioned, is make music, make content. If you are trying to make a living or a semi-living off of being a musician, then you are a content creator. The music industry is not what it used to be. Most likely you will not be getting famous off of your first song. And if you in fact do end up getting famous off your first song, you may have a difficult time pleasing people when you actually try to follow it up. Don't just make one thing and then get hung up on it when people don't like it, or it's not being promoted all too well, or yada 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 yada. No matter how much hard work you put into it, move on to the next thing. Continue, evolve. Keep creating. Cooking one meal or even 10 meals does not make you a chef. And in that same regard, making one song or even just an entire album doesn't necessarily make you a worthwhile musical project that is going to see success into the years. And not to say that your efforts aren't worth something. I only say that because there is just so much music out there today. Don't expect the success of a track or an album to just carry you on into oblivion. Increasing the amount of people that will stick with you into your next project and just follow you means quality and consistency. And when people actually do finally stumble upon your music and they love what they're hearing, the more tracks you actually have already made for them to immerse themselves in, the better. If someone finds out about one album of yours and they completely love it, and you already have 4 other albums that they could listen to after that, then but like I just said, you have to be putting your best into those releases as well. Now, if you're making music consistently and, like I just said, with quality, and you're putting it out there on social media, you're reaching out to people, and if you are fortunate enough to actually get, let's say, even 100 people to be hardcore interested and loving what you are doing, then you have a lot more than you think you have. 100 people. This group of people is extremely invaluable to you, because if you make music for them that they love, the share culture that we live in will then have them sharing the art that you've just made with their friends, with their family. They will wear their love for what you do on their sleeve. They will be champions for you. They will want you to be successful. And with even a small group of hardcore fans, you can get a little more ambitious with your projects. You can do Kickstarter campaigns. You can try to sell the music that you make to them. You can print vinyl or CD releases that they will only have access to for purchasing. You can make better music for them with better recording quality. You could play live for them. If you make the right moves with the group of fans that you have so far, then the sky is kind of the limit. However, I will say that these 4 points that I just brought up are really just, a simplified version of what you really need to be doing. There are other factors that I didn't even mention at play here. Can you even write music all that well? Or what is the economy like? Those are issues that you're either going to have to tackle yourself or discuss with other people. But what I hope this video has done for you is kind of highlighted the way in terms of how to get started when it comes to getting your music out there, what you can expect, and just kind of the mindset you need to go into when releasing your music to the greater online public. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has helped, maybe a little, and happy music making. Anthony Fantano. Questions, comments, things, forever.